Mike, hoping for an update on whatever it was that happened to Tristan Jari, and within that, what can you say about Casey DeSmith coming in? Ice cold, really.
Yeah, Tristan's being evaluated right now for an upper body injury. I don't really have a lot of details for you at this point, and I can't really even pinpoint when it might have happened. But obviously, it was it was something that the medical staff felt strongly enough to take him out of the game. I thought Casey did a tremendous job coming in. That's not an easy position to put a goaltender in, and I thought Casey did a terrific job for us.
Taylor Haas.
Hey, Mike, what do you think about Jason Zucker's game and his return?
I thought Zuck had a good game. You know, he hasn't played in a while, and it's never easy to to get your timing and your conditioning, and it's hard to simulate game intensity through the skill work that they do with Ty or even in practice with the group. It's just there's no way to simulate the intensity level of an NHL game other than just playing in the games, and so I thought, for not having played in quite some time, I thought Zuck did a real good job. He kept his game simple. He was on the puck. He had a great scoring opportunity in the third period. I don't know how it didn't go in the net, but that's what he brings to our group.
Jim Colony.
Yeah, Mike, I guess the term for what Matheson had tonight were secondary assists, and yet to me they look like primary plays. Maybe if you could discuss the impact that he had on those two goals.
Well, he's playing really well for us. He's such a good skater. He helps with our transition game. He helps with with our offensive game in all three zones. He joins the rush, and so that's what he brings. We've got a number of players back there, I think, that bring that dimension. We've got a mobile defense core that we think can help us get out of our end, that can join the rush, that can be active off the offensive blue line, and we're trying to implement a game plan that helps them to play to those strengths. So I'm assuming you're talking about John Marino on the goal, when the power play goal with Anthony Angelo. Was a terrific play. I believe that was John Marino. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Matheson blocked a shot. Actually, they got a secondary assist out of it. And then on the next goal, the McCann goal, he turned it around very quickly in the neutral zone when it.
Yeah, and that's the type of game we're trying to play, right? We're trying to play fast. We're trying to have a quick strike attack, and so I think these guys are doing a good job back there. They're trying to keep it simple. They're trying to advance the puck, get it into our forwards' hands as quickly as we can, and then and then play from there. But it's so critical that our defensemen are active as far as helping us generate offense, both off the rush, through our transition game. Sometimes it's just creating offense off of our defense, which is like what you're alluding to right now. But the defenseman getting involved in the offensive attack in all different aspects of our game is essential. And I think these guys are doing a terrific job for us right now.
Seth.
Mike, when you made the goalie switch, it looked like Emil Larmy was on your bench in uniform in gear. Then he had to go back to the dressing room. Just what was the clarification as far as what you're permitted to do with a third emergency?
Yeah, we told him to go back into the locker room. Technically, he's not on the active roster, I guess. So it's just one of those technicalities, and so he's not allowed on the bench. But there is a third goalie in the building in the event that both goaltenders get hurt. There is the ability to make that transaction, and that's one of the stipulations this year under this unique circumstance.
We have three more. Mike DeFabo.
Mike, considering the caliber of opponent you were up against, just what did you like about the way numerous guys stepped up, whether it was a guy like Anthony Angelo, who doesn't have a ton of NHL experience, or a guy like Casey DeSmith, who spent last year in Wilkes, or the list goes on. Jared McCann, who's been promoted into a more prominent role. Just what did you like about the way guys stepped up tonight?
Well, I just thought it was a great team effort. I thought the last two games were just a great team effort throughout our lineup, and it's fun to coach these guys and watch these guys play the game the way they're playing it right now. It's just everybody's making contributions. Everybody's excited to play for one another. I think there's a certain simplicity to our game right now that makes us harder to play against. And different guys are stepping up at key times to make big plays or to make important plays. And sometimes they're big and sometimes they're subtle, but they add up to winning, right? Whether it's blocking a shot or winning a face-off or gaining the line, or it's a good back check. Those are some of the subtle plays that maybe might go unnoticed to the casual observer, but they're critical to winning games. And then there's big plays like Jared McCann's goal tonight, or Anthony Angelo's goal, and John Marino's play on Anthony Angelo's goal. So it's just fun to watch these guys compete hard for one another, and you can sense the enthusiasm on the bench. You can sense the enthusiasm in the locker room, and it's a pretty neat feeling to have a team competing as hard as we're competing and trying to play the game the right way.
Will Graves.
Mike, Casey was on here just telling us that he thinks you guys are much more comfortable playing with the lead now than you were earlier in the season, that things are more settled. There's not as much going on. What do you see, in the third period of games when you guys are closing out that maybe you didn't see, in the first month of the season?
Well, I just think we're trying to continue to play the game that's brought us success. We're playing on our toes, and we're not trying to sit back and defend the lead. We're not just playing on our heels. And I think when we're playing on our toes and we're active with our puck pursuit, we force teams to play 200 feet. We play an in-your-face game. I think we're a hard team to play against, and so regardless of whether we're up a goal or up two goals or we're chasing a game, just the ability to continue to play on your toes, I think, is an important element for our team and its makeup. So, I thought tonight there was no sense of panic on the bench. I loved the last few minutes of the game where we're forcing the issue up the ice. We're defending in the offensive zone. It made it difficult for the Islanders to get their goalie pulled, even to get that extra man on the ice. So, that's an indication, I think, of the mindset being in the right place, where we're playing that aggressive style that allows us to play to our strengths and be at our best. As I say to the players all the time, defense isn't just about playing in your end. Defense can take place 150, 160 feet from your net just by a relentless pursuit game and doing it in a responsible way, where we're not on the wrong side of the puck, or we're not on the wrong side of people, but we can control territory by playing that style of play. And my experience of coaching this group is that's when we're at our best.
Last question, Dayon.
Mike, you mentioned covering that 150 or 160 feet, but whenever you're facing teams like the Islanders, it seems like that there's a pattern. If they're packed in between the blue lines, that you have an even extra emphasis on speed through the neutral zone. You had some terrific rushes these last two games. Is that a point of emphasis, or just something that you want to do against everybody?
Well, it's something that we'd like to do against everybody. We think that's one of the strengths of our team, and the important thing is we're trying to implement tactics that allow us to generate that type of speed through the neutral zone, through our puck support, or some of the concepts that we're trying to instill for the group. And then then the players, they've got to execute. They've got to make the right decisions and make sure that that we're not becoming a high risk team there with some of our decision making with the puck. And I think our team's doing a really good job right now. The players they're doing a terrific job of, I think, making the right decisions through that neutral zone. The Islanders make it hard on you to come through that zone with speed. They have numbers back a lot, and it's important for us to recognize where the opportunity is to create offense. Is it keeping the puck and grabbing the offensive blue line and making a play? Or if they've got numbers back, is it playing behind the defense and create your offense that way? So, we want to be a team that can generate offense different ways. I think speed is an important aspect of it, but we've got to utilize the speed the right way. Sometimes it's going to be with the puck. Sometimes it's going to be putting pucks behind the defense and creating a puck pursuit game where we're forcing turnovers and creating offense that way. I think when we make good decisions between the blue lines, it makes our team a whole lot more difficult to play against.